Hey, Jolene, how you doing? Thanks for the resubmit here. This one opens just fine, so that's fantastic. One of the things I didn't see in your submission was the PDF of the magazine ad. So I had requested students include the PDF of the magazine ad so we can compare. That was in the Welcome to Module 6 announcement. Where the heck is it? Module 6 announcement is right here in this video right here. But it looks like you didn't have an opportunity to do that. So let's just take a look at what we have, and that is the banner ad. So here's your banner ad, and as you can see, it's not animating right now, and I think that's set. That's because you haven't set your animation to forever. Um, so it looks like it plays through once or two or three times, and then the animation stops. But what I would like to do is I would like to take a look at this state. I just want to make some recommendations here. So you've got this white area on this side, and then you've got this kind of cyan area on this side. But I don't think you need either. I think it kind of boxes in what we already have, and I just don't see any real advantage of having those. So I would recommend that you just crop the background image to fit the entire 1280 by 300 pixel banner ad. And if you have any questions on how to do that, you can do that right in Photoshop. If you jump over to the announcements area, specifically this announcement right here. And this is in the Welcome to Module 5 announcement. But if you scroll down, you take a look at this video tutorial right here, how to create your banner ad from your magazine ad. Shows you exactly how to crop to a specific height, width, and resolution. So you can go right into your original image and crop it to 1280 by 300 at 150 ppi. It's a great tool, great tool. At that point, I'm going to open this again, and there's a lot going on with your animations. Before we look at that, I'm going to recommend this simple formula. So you have your logo here, but do not fade that logo. Remember, see how it's semi-transparent? As a designer, if you have a logo in a client style guide, it's reasonable to assume that you can't touch that logo. You can't add drop shadows. You can't add strokes. You can't reduce the opacity. That is the Bible, so to speak. So there's dogmatic rules against adjusting or making any changes to what is in a style guide. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to close this, and we'll go ahead and start that animation again. Where the heck did it go? Here it is right here. So note everything. There's a lot going on here. Okay, here, then boom here. The logo disappears. Then the logo appears again, but this time, now this comes back here, now with the logo. So there's just so much going on. I mean, it's kind of jarring to the viewer. Something weird. And then over here, at one point, the color disappears to white. So there's just too much going on here. See, there it goes, right there. Now that changes to white. Now let's go ahead and just follow this general recommendation. So you have the image for the background, right? Headline, subhead. All right, then just animate in the call to action and animate it out. Left align the headline to subhead. Remember, headline, Arial bold, subhead, Arial bold italic. Then that call to action. I don't recall exactly what it is. I can't really see from the magazine ad as it wasn't submitted. But let's say it's just buy one, get one free, whatever. Buy one spa package, get one free. So you have headline, subhead, animate in the call to action, fade it in, fade it out. That's it. That's all the animation that we really want. Remember in the rubric, it says to keep it simple, a simple animation only for the call to action. So everything else remains static. So, okay, logo is fine right here. I think the logo is a little too big. So logo, the image bleeds the entire width of the banner, right? Logo right down here, full opacity. Headline, static. Subhead, static. Call to action, fade it in, fade it back out, then immediately fade it back in so it's not gone from view for more than a fraction of a second. Take this contact information. You don't need to include all of this contact information. Right down here, you just want to say, located in beautiful U.S. Virgin Islands or something like that, located in the Caribbean, or located on St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, something like that, just to give the geographic location without having to include all of the contact information. And that's it. And then include your masked image from assignment 2-1 and you're in business. But right now, as I said, there's just too much going on and too much flashing and blinking. And let's look at it again. Too much flashing and blinking. It's just not a relaxed visual posture that I think that the client is going for. Let's go look at it again. Okay, so here that blinks in and blinks out. Then everything disappears and this pops in the middle. Then this disappears and the logo reappears. This time it's transparent. Then this disappears. This comes back in. Then this comes back in. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't want to include visit the URL. You don't have to include the URL. Web viewers know that this is a banner, meaning that as soon as you hover over it with your mouse, it turns into a link. Typically, banners are a link, a URL right to the address of right to the site of the client, so that all pertinent information will be visible there. So, in summary, just really want to simplify things here. And remember, the only animation is the call to action. That's it, just a promotional call to action. Everything else stays static. Okay? All right. If you want to go ahead and work out those changes and resubmit, please do so. I'll be glad to provide additional comments. And of course, most importantly, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you very much.